let's start by looking ahead to the next game because it's two teams we already mentioned with a few question marks, a few things to answer. This is Punjab against Kolkata, brand new venue we're going to see for the first time in this tournament. It's match number 21 from Ahmedabad. And yes, certainly for Kolkata, much, much more crucial. If that 7 out of 9 is going to happen, it's got to start tomorrow and it's got to today. It's got to start in Ahmedabad. Yes, we're just past midnight, but for a change, we're not complaining because it was a super over and we like that little bit of adrenaline. But Simon, first up, if we talk about Kolkata, I mean, you can't say it's a no pressure situation, but with your backs to the wall, they know they've got to start tomorrow.
Yeah, look, it is pressure. It is. They are under the pump, and their skipper's under the pump. I talked about this the other night. They've got Punjab, Delhi, Bangalore, and then Delhi again in Ahmedabad. Am I reading that correctly? I am. Wow, so they play Delhi back-to-back in Ahmedabad, which is interesting. But look, it all starts tomorrow against Punjab. They have to find a way to win. They have to get their combination right. The skipper has to find a way to perform. We haven't seen enough from him as yet. They've got to put the other day behind them completely. They need runs back from the top order. Shubman Gill hasn't done enough. Apart from one game, he hasn't really done anything. Tripathi, Rana, Morgan's got to bat at 4. Maybe DK and Andre Russell. Andre Russell's got to do something when they get a start, rather than just chiming in with an innings when they're under the pump. And their bowlers have to take wickets up front. Krishna's been decent. Pat Cummins hasn't taken. He's taken 5 wickets in 5 matches, so he needs to get a bag of wickets, a 2 or 3 bag up front with a newish ball. They've got to get away from, I think, bowling Chakravarti up top and wait till it's a little bit older and a little bit drier and see if he can make an impact through the middle, where they haven't been doing that either. So yeah, a lot of talking would have been done in the last couple of days, and a lot of soul searching if they had to get back into this tournament.
Let's have a look at the squad for Kolkata, Harsha, and see where we can see any possible remedy. I think the first thing they'll obviously do is look at the possible conditions, try and predict the conditions. But otherwise, Harsha, do you spot anything here that a rabbit they can pull out from there?
Mm-hmm. Look, they tried Shakib, didn't work, went back to Sunil Narine. We now know that Sunil Narine was injured and that's why Shakib was playing. But every time I look at Shakib, I think he's made to play this format, but it hasn't worked. He's never been a great IPL player. He's been a fabulous one-day player for Bangladesh. He's never been a great IPL player. Morgan hasn't. But I thought if Shakib and Morgan can have standout seasons, they're a good chance. But Morgan, as Dooley is right, Morgan has to bat at 4. I mean, if he can bat 4 in the 50-over World Cup, he's got to bat 4 here and dominate from the front. Bat at 4, Karthik 5, Russell 6, and say, guys, don't expect anyone to come in at 4 and bail you out, because we cannot be a team with 3 champion batsmen, none of whom want to bat in the first 10 overs. So they will have to move Morgan to 4, Karthik 5, Russell 6, and say, come what may. If you're 20 for 4, too bad. Karthik and Russell are batting. That's for Kolkata. But Dooley is spot on. Who's going to bowl? Chakravarti is the best bowler at the moment. Cummins still hold this place. Yeah.
Get Lockie Ferguson and Pavan Negi into the side straight away. Okay. So Narine is gone. Use Chakravarti as your mystery type spinner. Narine out, Ferguson in, and get Pavan Negi in, because you need another spinner. So where does he come into the mix? I'm just trying to remember who played.
Shivam Mavi was there.
Shivam Mavi. So you use Cummins, Lockie Ferguson, Andre Russell, and then you have Chakravarti, Prasidh Krishna, and Pavan Negi.
Yeah, that's a possibility, because with Ferguson, you'll get a proper world-class fast bowler. At the moment, there's a promise of Prasidh Krishna. Every year there's a promise of Prasidh Krishna. There's a promise of Mavi, there's a promise of Nagarkoti. Now they're getting an international bowler who did well for them last year, at least in 3-4 games. So that's one thing we discussed earlier. With Cummins and Ferguson, it allows them to have one world-class bowler bowling for 8 of the 20 bowler overs. So I'm perfectly fine with that. One of Prasidh Krishna and Shivam Mavi, maybe, with Russell as your 4th quick, and with Varun Chakravarti and Pavan Negi, who can bat a little bit, gives a left arm option. That will work a lot better. And Negi Cummins can bat 7, Negi can bat 8.
And look, and if you're worried about your batting at 7, 8, and 9, you're in trouble. you're in trouble anyway in these tournaments. We've talked about it before. On average, number 7 faces 9 deliveries in T20 cricket. So if you're worried about your number 7 having to bat, Pat Cummins has proved the other day in Mumbai that he is more than capable of batting number 7. Pavan Negi can strike the ball at number 8, and then you worry about what is behind it. Doesn't actually matter. I mean, Lockie Ferguson can hold a bat, but if you, as I say, if you're worried about 7 and 8, then you've got problems already.
Yeah, we had a bit of a discussion about this other franchise we're going to talk about right now in terms of who they had at number 7 early in the tournament, and they fixed it by bringing in not one but 2 all-rounders in Fabian Allen and Moses Henriques. But for the moment, I think despite them having won that last game, let's have a look at a possible. First, have a look at the schedule. That's that big victory against Mumbai by 9 wickets the other day. KL Rahul outstanding there. And here they come to Ahmedabad with 4 games. They play Kolkata, Bangalore twice, and Delhi once. So those 2 are going to be interesting ones. Punjab, Bangalore twice in Ahmedabad. But Simon Dool on the squad. You know, they've had 2 different types of squads. They had one devoid of all-rounders essentially, and then they brought in 2.
Yeah, it's been, again, they haven't figured out at the start of the tournament what their best side is, and therefore had to change and continue to change. And I've talked about it before. If you think you picked your best side in game number 1, why should you be making 3 and 4 changes by game 3 and 4? It just doesn't make any sense if that was your best side. Getting Ravi Bishnoi was good. Look, I think Fabian Allen's a very, very good cricketer. I want to see him given more responsibility and play more. If you're going to have to drop someone, I mean, it's tough, but, if you're dropping an overseas player, you drop a guy that's had 5 bats and hasn't done anything. And it sounds harsh on a guy like Nicholas Pooran, but, do it and see whether Dawid Malan can offer you something. They struggled with their bowling attack, didn't they? Riley Meredith and Jai Richardson, who they paid a lot of money for. Played the first couple of games, were expensive, came back okay in the game where they didn't really have any chance of winning against Chennai, but they've dropped them straight away. So they've got rid of those 2 guys as well. It seems to be with the Punjab side time and time again, whether they're called Kings or whether they're Kings 11 or whether the Kings comes after the Punjab, they can't get their soldiers right.
I'll tell you one thing about them though, Gautam. That team that they picked with Moses Henriques opening the bowling, Deepak Hooda opening the bowling, Fabian Allen in the side, no Jai Richardson, no Riley Meredith, that was a team pick for Chennai. Now you come to Ahmedabad, there's been a 180 T20 international, there's been a 220 T20 international here. So for Punjab, they've actually had to do a lot of moving. They figured out a team in Mumbai but then it was too late. They lost their first game in Chennai. They figured out their team just before they had to board the flight. Luckily, they won that game and won it easy against Mumbai. Now they've got to figure out what to do in Ahmedabad. So for all that if Ahmedabad is a reincarnation of Mumbai, just transported across the border, they might have to go back to Meredith and the others. I mean, I don't know if they want to stay with Moses Henriques for Pooran and get those fast bowlers back. But they've got to look at their side all over again. I think Punjab's really, they're big players. Actually, that Arshdeep Singh, I mean, he's playing a big role in their bowling lineup. They haven't even played Chris Jordan yet. So they've got all these people sitting on the bench, but they're now going to be in Ahmedabad for a while, and they've got to figure out they've got time to figure out what their best chances. By the time they leave Ahmedabad, they've got to be in contention for a playoff.
Interesting that Harsha should bring up Chris Jordan. Would they possibly look at the fact that of all the players, Jai Richardson, Riley Meredith, Chris Jordan's actually played in Ahmedabad not too long ago?
Yeah, they may do. Again, though, you're bringing a fresh guy in that hasn't played. At least a Meredith or a Jai Richardson have played. Do you want to go down that track? I think Chris Jordan has to be looked at now as an out-and-out bowler. I don't think he is offering you enough with the bat. He probably saves you 10 in the field. He's one of the best fielders in the business. But you're picking him as an out-and-out bowler, and at times his IPL career hasn't been as good as his international career.